Hey guys, welcome back. Um, what are these things I'm holding? Oh my goodness. There used to be this thing called the Wii, and the controllers were your own hands. Can you see them? What? That doesn't make sense. But we loved it. I don't know how this is gonna work. I haven't played this in so long. Okay. So, yeah, I guess I didn't want to keep playing GameCube games. I do feel bad about just doing Mario and Zelda all the time. But I felt okay because it's like, well, I'm still getting comfortable doing this. So it's probably okay to play games that I know the best and I'm most comfortable with. And then later I can play something I don't know what I just feel weird. I've only played 10 games on this channel, and 8 of them were either Mario or Zelda. Here's something interesting that I learned from the Game Grumps. If you look at the stars, where they're shining on the letters, it spells out, "You are Mr. Gay." I don't know why they did that. It couldn't have been a coincidence, but I've never heard. I remember trying to look up if anybody ever said anything about it, but see, so the U R at the top, then MR, see, and then GAY. That blew my mind the first time I saw it. Wait, what? Why is that? Okay, here we go. Oh, that's loud. I don't like that. Ooh, I still have my my old save on here. Look at that. 1/21/2008. That was 12 years ago. Is that as many stars as you can get? 121? $12.25. Christmas. 13 years ago. I was 14. Okay. Do I have a me? Did I create these? That's my brother, Justin. That's me. That's the one I created. I guess we did one for my mom too. And then one for Gingerbread Man. Maybe they just give you these two? I don't know. That's me. Okay. When I took the game out of the Wii, it was Super Smash Bros. That was the last game I played on it. And that was a really long time ago. Must have been almost 10 years since I've turned this on. So I'm really glad I'm doing this. Because otherwise I would not have a reason to play this. I'm not wearing the headphones again, so I'm not listening. And I feel like that's kind of a big part of the game is the music, but I don't know. I guess I'm missing out. I had some trouble with the Wiimote. It doesn't like when I go down here. I have to stay up here. Okay, so I had a note about talking about like so the Wii came out 2006 or 2007. I was pretty much in high school when it came out. I think I was a freshman in high school. And I was thinking, like, that's kind of the point where well, at least you don't get as much enjoyment out of video games. Like when you're a kid. Okay, I don't like how loud that is. I think you can turn it down. No. Just turn it off. We don't need that. Can you shake it? Oh no. Oh, it's like getting loose. Oops. So yeah, when you're in high school, that's like the point where you, whether you want to or not, like you just stop enjoying video games as much as when you were a kid, and it's kind of a bummer. Hopefully this doesn't freeze or anything on me because I haven't turned it on in a long time. I guess you're supposed to like play sports or like hang out with friends, and when you get older, I guess it's interesting because I think most people think when you get older, like you stop doing kid stuff because like you start hanging out with friends and you start doing stuff that's more interesting, and you're like, I don't want to do that kid stuff. But that's not really true, because when I got older, I didn't have that other stuff. Like I didn't hang out with friends, and I didn't really like sports or anything. But I still, like, when you get older, it just happens. You're not interested in like kid stuff. And video games, when you're like in high school, you're like, that's for kids. I don't want to play that. So I do remember liking this, but I don't think the fondest memories I have are probably of like Mario Sunshine and Mario 64. But I always played all the Mario games, and I remember having fun. So I remember really liking this game. We had a bunch of notes about that. I don't know. I guess like I didn't have any friends, so I guess I just, instead of playing video games, I kind of watched. How do you do the spin thing? I just watched a lot of TV. I guess that felt like less of a kid thing. I guess some people keep playing video games, but like they have friends to play them with. So, in video games now, it's like different. It's like there are games for adults, like like The Last of Us kind of feels like, well, I mean, it feels almost like a movie, and like movies aren't really for kids. I don't know. Hopefully it's recording okay. I think I figured out why the last episodes were like glitching. I think it had to do with the microphone. So hopefully I'm doing okay. Yeah, I was thinking about today. It's gonna be depressing. So yeah, when you get older, you're supposed to like hang out with friends or whatever, and I didn't do that. I guess it did bother me. I liked being by myself. I just remember like the worst feeling was, did I talk about this before? I felt like just like disappointing my parents, or just, I'm sure that's like a common thing. Like, I could tell that they wanted me to, they wanted me to be happy, and they wanted me to have a bunch of friends. So like on Saturdays when I didn't have anything to do, and I was just kind of hanging out by myself, I felt bad, because They never really made me feel bad about it or anything, but I remember feeling bad, like, I don't... I don't know, just like I was disappointing them. I know it's not true, obviously. Yeah, they never made me feel bad about it, or they never really asked me, like... I guess I can remember a couple times where they were like, you gonna, like, do anything fun today, or hang out with anybody? That's, like, the worst. I was like, no, I don't think so. I was thinking about this, this letter. It was like, it was a form my dad had to fill out for... My guess is that I did this thing called senior intern at my church, which is just like, you are a leader of a Bible study with like an adult, and you teach a bunch of 8th graders about Jesus or whatever. So I did that, and I think my dad filled out this form like as a reference, kind of, to be like, oh, my kid's a good kid, and he'll do it right. I don't know how to spin without like breaking the control. I don't remember. How do you spin? Remember, that's a big part of the game. And he filled out... Got him. Am I supposed to... What am I supposed to do? Hey, get back here. He filled out this form that said... Oh, he's getting tired. They don't do that in Mario 64. He just keeps going fast. I remember it said like, so what's Anthony's hobbies, or like what's your kid's like, what's he do in his free time, or something like that. Because I remember his answer was like, Anthony, he doesn't socialize too much, but like, he's a hard worker, and or something, like he's a good kid. That made me feel bad. Like he always tried to see the best of it, but I always just felt like I wish I was normal. I remember... I don't know if I wanted to talk about... I don't think I ever talked last week about like birthday stuff, because I tweeted about like a birthday I had where like it was kind of like a bad birthday, where like my dad felt bad for me and he took me to McDonald's. When I was probably like 15 or 16 or something. But yeah, maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow. But I was thinking about a time when we were just in the car driving somewhere, and he asked me, like, I could tell it was really hard for him to ask, but he was like, so I think he said, do you hang out with anybody? And that's like my biggest fear, is somebody asking me that, because I know the answer is gonna disappoint them. I mean, I don't care about it anymore, really, but when I was in high school, that was like my biggest fear, is somebody asking me, like, do you have any friends? Because I felt like it was like a secret I had, I guess. And I guess I felt like I could hide it, like, well, I'm kind of just like normal and quiet, and I got friends, but I'm not gonna talk about it. But then once somebody asks you, You can't lie, especially like your dad. You're gonna tell him you have a bunch of friends? He knows the answer. I guess I don't know why he asked that, but... I just remember kind of tearing up and being like, well, no, not really. And then that was it. I don't know why, I don't know why he... I guess maybe he was trying to be like, well, maybe you should talk to people at school and stuff, and he's worried about me. He wants me to be happy, and he was worried about me. My episodes are always so depressing, but I tried to start it off fun today, like with the "You Are Mr. Gay" thing and like the Wiimotes. I don't think I'm gonna play this like all the way through. I'll just play it for 1 week and then maybe I'll come back to it later, but I'm gonna finish Zelda. But yeah, I should end there. Okay. Hopefully my face recorded, although it's kind of nice when it doesn't, because then you don't have to look at me, bro. Okay. See you tomorrow.